When I was trying to come up with an idea for this talk, I was surfing YouTube, like you do, and watching super old auditions from America's Got Talent. Mind you, this audition was from 2015, so don't be worried if you haven't seen it. In this act, a hypnotist by the name of Chris Jones hypnotized the famous Howie Mandel. How many of you know that Howie Mandel is a germaphobe? That means he has a phobia of germs. And when Chris hypnotized Howie, magically wasn't a germaphobe anymore. He could shake people's hands and touch things he was never able to touch because of his phobia. And when I was watching this, I just knew I had to learn more about phobias. A phobia is a type of anxiety disorder defined by a persistent fear of an object or situation. The phobia typically results in a rapid onset of fear and is present for more than 6 months. But where do the phobias come from? What is the initial cause of the phobia? These are some of the questions I had, so I did a little research. While conducting my research, I found, let's just say, rather interesting things. One theory is that the phobia people have was the cause of their deaths in their past life. For some phobias, you would have to be in a crazy situation for this to be true. One example is Anuptaphobic. It is the fear of being single. Like, did you die while single, or did your significant other break up with you, then murder you by giving you a paper cut and letting you bleed out the next night? We may never know. Another fear I thought maybe was just a tad bit weird is the one the famous Liam Payne has. Some of you might know this from our days drooling over the One Direction boys. Come on, let's be honest here, and just admit you've jammed out to their songs at least once. But back to the point, the strange fear, as Liam called it, is called Koutaliaphobic, and it is the fear of spoons. I don't exactly know if it's a big enough fear to Liam consider a phobia, but it would have been a super weird way to die. All I can imagine is someone coming up to me during dinner, whispering, "Karma," and then stabbing me with a spoon and running away laughing. Anyone else? Okay, nope, just me. Now, based on what my speech has been about so far, some of you may think I am making fun of those who have phobias. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Even though phobias may seem silly to others, to people who have the phobias, they aren't silly. That one fear consumes them and prevents them from doing things they may really want to do. Enough serious talk. Let's just get into why and how we develop phobias. So according to phobiassociety.org.uk, phobias usually begin to develop between the ages of 4 and 8. They can develop later than that, like during the teenage years or early adult life, but it's not as likely. Also, it is very unusual for a phobia to develop between the ages of 30 and 35. The website also says, quote, certain events in life or unpleasant experiences can often plant a seed, which will grow over time and slowly turn into some sort of phobia. For example, a person could have an unpleasant experience with spiders when they are a young child, then later develop arachnophobia, which is the fear of spiders. Doctors have found that phobias aren't necessarily genetic from either or a specific parent. However, if the child is highly aware of the parent's phobia during early childhood, it can lead to the child then developing the same phobia. Doctors think this is because the child thinks the specific thing the parent is afraid of is a danger. This makes them think that they too should be afraid of it. Now for more odd or complex phobias, scientists believe that a combination of brain chemistry, genetics, and certain life experiences are most often the causes. For today's social phobias, the site I used compared it to the animal in ancient times. They said it was like in ancient times, an animal is more likely to be caught by a predator if it is standing out in the middle of an open field. I thought this was a great comparison because if we are in an open place or feel vulnerable for a period of time, then our phobias are more likely to suddenly attack us, like a predator would. But if you're shopping at a mall, then hopefully the closest person won't do a jump attack on you for your fresh play. But let's be honest here. It's 2018. Anything and everything can happen. And for the most part, we don't judge. It's just the way our society is. And we don't judge. So those of you that have a phobia, don't be scared of it. It may take a while to feel comfortable with it, but it's going to be there for the most or rest of your life. May as well become friends with it. Don't be afraid to do something out of your comfort zone that may cause a panic attack. Your life and everything you do is going to be great in the end, so don't let a pesky fear take that away from you. Address your fears, get help if they consume you, and manage them in your life so that your fears don't manage you. You deserve to do anything and everything your heart desires. Don't let a phobia take that away from you.